Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Naomi, and today I have a really fun practice for you. Now, this movement practice I recorded live in my free Facebook community, Conscious Healthy Community. And I recorded it because I wanted to sort of test drive a flow that I was planning on teaching in my live class for Move with Naomi, which is my online studio. So this is a flow that incorporates rows, the action of rows without weights, right? So no weights are involved, but the action of rows into a dynamic and creative flow. You'll also see some little bit of core work, a little bit of back bending, and a sneaky little arm balance. So, sound like you're kind of fun? Let's go. A little practice. So what I thought we would do today is, just sort of play with what I'm planning on teaching in my online studio tomorrow live. So this is the live flow that I teach on Wednesdays. It's not the same every Wednesday, but it is sort of a riff on the 2 or 3 pose flow that I teach on Monday as part of the strength class. And that might not all make any sense at all to you, but that's what it is. So the way the strength class goes is I have a 5-minute warm-up, and then there's a strength set that we do, 2 exercises 3 times through, and then I do a 2 pose or 3 pose flow that, really sort of takes what we did in that class and it builds on it, right? So it takes that 2 pose flow and it makes it into something a little bit more complex, maybe a little bit more dynamic, and maybe a little bit more fully realized. A 2 pose flow can really only convey, 2 actions or 3 actions connected, but a more complex flow can actually illustrate all of the things that we did in the strength practice into something a lot more full of transitions and, just of other ways of moving. So what we're going to do today is look at that full flow that I plan on teaching tomorrow. So if you are super pumped about that, then you are in the right place. So what I'm going to do actually is show you the 2 pose flow that this is building off of, and then we're going to step into the whole flow. Now our pose of the month this month is rows. So what you're going to see at the very beginning are rows, right? We're going to do rows without weights. We're going to do the action of rows, okay? So let's get started. Come up to the front of your mat, front-ish, I should say, because I can't get all the way to the front because I have this delightful plant that is growing beautifully, but it's in my way. So somewhere near the front. Okay, then fold forward. So you're moving into what would look like, a forward bend. It would look like a forward bend in the yoga world, but we're going to turn it into a little bit more of a deadlift position, right? So knees slightly bent, more of a hinge, hips go back, chest forward. Okay, fingertips reaching down toward the floor. Okay, remember, this is just the 2 pose flow. Okay, so row, elbows up toward the ceiling, hands move towards your ribs, and then squat down, bend your knees, and reach your arms forward. Okay, so this is your chair pose, Utkatasana. Okay, then fold forward again. Little bit of bend in the knees for that deadlift position, row, and then hips go further down, swing your arms forward. 2 more times like this and we'll build on it. So fold forward, row, hips down, swing your arms forward into that squat, and then again, fold forward, row, hips go down, swing your arms forward, and then fold one last time. And now we're going to build. Okay, so shaking out my hair just a little bit, just a little, okay. Row, hips go down, swing your arms forward. Okay, then keep your arms forward and step your left leg back. Right, so you're in this high lunge with really long extension. Sweep your arms back, left heel goes down, and interlace your fingers behind your back. Fold. Hey, kiddo. This humble warrior pose. Oh, I'm sorry. Here. All better? Okay, then straighten your right leg, keeping your fingers interlaced for triangle pose. Okay, give your heels a squeeze and reach your arms out alongside your ears. So still a lot of core work in this particular flow. Lift your torso up, left hand goes back to your left leg, right arm alongside your ear for what I like to call stargazer pose. Okay, then bend your left knee, ball of your right foot up, so this is a lateral lunge. You can put your hands on the floor if you want, or keep your hands lifted. Okay, but bend your right knee, side angle. Left forearm to left thigh, or right forearm, I'm sorry, to right thigh. Left arm alongside your ear. Now, push into your right leg. You're going to lift your left leg and step it up so your elbows come to your knees. Then reach your hands to the ground for crow pose. Anchor into your hands, squeeze your feet together, maybe lift them up, and then feet down and fold into that forward bend, okay? And then we'll repeat it. So squat down, just a little. So it's not a big squat. You're doing like deadlift style, okay? Just a little deadlift, okay? Then row, hips go down, swing your arms forward, okay? And then step right leg back, keeping your core in really good control. Sweep your arms back behind you, right heel down, interlace your fingers, and fold. So your head comes towards your left big toe. Or you can look underneath yourself and see behind you, which is sometimes fun, sometimes like, oh, what's going on back there? And then push into your right leg to straighten your left. So I fall over, straighten your left leg. And as you push into your right leg, rotate your torso upward. Your fingers are still interlaced. Okay, reach your arms out alongside your ear for even more core adventure. And then rise up. Right hand goes back to your right leg, left arm alongside your ear. Okay, now you're coming down into the squat, the lateral lunge. So shift to the right, ball of your left foot comes up. And then push back into side angle. Left elbow to left thigh, right arm alongside your ear. Okay, now you're anchoring into your left leg, but you have to push off of the right. So you bend your right knee slightly, push, step up, elbows to knees, and then come lower down, hands to the ground, squeeze in, lift your feet, and then lower your feet, forward bend. Okay, let's do that 2 more times, 1 more time on each side. So hinge, so hips go back, chest forward, row, hips down to squat, arms forward, and then left leg back, arms stay out. Sweep your arms behind your back, humble warrior. So interlace your fingers and fold. Okay, keep pushing through your left leg as you straighten your right. Rotate your torso up toward the sky. And then as you push through your left leg, extend your arms out. Okay, then lift your torso up, left hand goes back, right arm alongside your ear. And then bend your left knee so you come on down into that squat. Okay, push over into your right leg, side angle, left arm alongside your ear. Really anchor through your left leg. Now you've got to bend your left knee just a little bit so you can push off, back into the narrow squat, and then hands to the ground, crow pose. Squeeze your feet together, lift up, and then feet on the ground and fold. Okay, 1 more time through. More of a hinge, hips go back, chest forward, and then row. Hips further down, squat, swing your arms forward. Right leg back, core engaged. Sweep your arms behind you, interlace your fingers, humble warrior pose. Woo. Okay, push into your right leg to straighten your left. So you got triangle legs happening. And then reach your arms out alongside your ears. They drop down, so you shift to the right, lateral lunge, and then push back into your left leg, side angle. Left arm alongside your ear. Anchor into your left leg, step right foot up to left, elbows to knees, and then hands down, shift forward, squeeze your feet. Whee! Feet go up, feet go down, and fold. Whew. And that's it. That is the flow that I am teaching tomorrow, live in my online studio. Thanks for joining me on the mat in that really brief practice. Now, I know the audio quality wasn't as awesome as it usually is because, of course, I recorded it live on my computer instead of on my phone with my fancy mic. But I hope that you had a good time regardless, because these are the kinds of practices that I really enjoy teaching. Practices that combine really powerful actions that you can do with weights into a flow that doesn't involve weights at all, right? So that you continue to refine the action through transitions, right? Because when you are doing those actions through transitions, instead of just when you are right? Using weights, right, to increase your load, then you get to know the action in a variety of different ways. And in those transitions, that's where the magic happens, because transitions are where we tend to get a little bit gunked up, right? It's where we tend to get a little bit stuck, a little bit lost. It's even where we tend to lose integrity. So if you can practice these in a range of places, not just with weights and a strength-based practice, but also in a flow where it might be a little bit unexpected and you have to link it to something else, I think that makes it an even stronger action for you, and I think it increases your skill. So, like I said, I hope that you enjoyed this practice. If you want the full practice with better sound quality, with better visual quality, with a little bit of a better view, then you can get the full practice in my archives of my online studio, Move with Naomi. It's in November. It is the very final class in November of 2022. And if you want access, you can join using the link in the description below, and you'll see a coupon code for 50% off your first month. So whether you hang out with me here on YouTube or whether you hang out with me in my online studio, Move, I'm really, really glad that you're here. So thanks for being here. I'll see you again really soon. Until then, bye everyone.